I'm a cosmologist, but I'm also a dreamer. Despite being unable to walk and communicating through a computer linked to my brain, my mind roams free. It soars through the deepest mysteries of existence, chasing answers to the ultimate question: did God create the universe? From distant stars to the laws of nature, science takes us on a breathtaking journey to unravel the ancient enigma of how it all began and how it works. That's what the legendary Stephen Hawking believed, and he took pride in it. Some might say he came closer than anyone to uncovering the truth about God. Through his research, bold claims, and deeply scientific perspective, he painted a vivid, rational picture of the cosmos. Let's dive into this grand sketch by one of history's greatest minds and wrestle with the question ourselves. Did God create the universe? And if so, who created God? For centuries, humanity has grappled with one timeless question: who or what created and governs existence? In ancient times, the answer was simple: God, or gods. The world was a terrifying place, and even mighty Vikings leaned on supernatural forces to explain phenomena like thunder, storms, or eclipses. They had gods for everything: Thor, the thunder wielder; Loki, the trickster; Odin, the all-seeing ruler of their mythic realms. But the one they feared most was Skull, a monstrous wolf said to chase the sun, plunging the world into darkness during an eclipse. When the sun vanished, they believed making noise would scare Skull away, bringing light back. For thousands of years, they held this belief. But today, we know their shouts didn't bring the sun back. It always returned, with or without their efforts. The universe isn't as mystical as they thought, but exploring it still demands immense courage, more than even the boldest Viking warrior could muster. An ordinary person like you or me can understand how the world works, and that realization began to take shape in ancient Greece around 300 BCE. Aristarchus, a brilliant astronomer, was fascinated by celestial events, especially lunar eclipses. He dared to ask, are these phenomena caused by gods? Or is there another explanation? Aristarchus wasn't just a dreamer, he was a pioneer. Through years of observation, he concluded that a lunar eclipse was simply the Earth's shadow falling across the moon, not a divine act. This discovery allowed him to map the relationship between the sun, Earth, and moon, leading to a revolutionary idea that challenged the beliefs of his time. The Earth wasn't the center of everything. Instead, it orbited the sun. This wasn't just about eclipses, it was about understanding that the universe operates on natural laws, laws that humans could decipher. Solar eclipses, too, were explained. The moon casts its shadow on Earth, briefly blocking the sun. These discoveries revealed a universe governed by predictable rules, not capricious deities. As Stephen Hawking once said, finding these laws is humanity's greatest achievement. They hold the key to whether a divine force is needed to run the cosmos. Centuries ago, people like me, disabled and different, were seen as cursed by God. Maybe I ruffled some feathers up there, but I'd rather explain the world through natural laws. Hawking shared this conviction, rejecting the need for supernatural forces to explain anything he observed. So, what are these natural laws, and how powerful are they? Let's look at soccer, the world's favorite sport, to understand. Soccer is governed by two sets of rules: human-made ones, like the size of the field or the conditions for a foul, which can change if the sport's governing bodies decide. Then there are natural laws, unchanging and unbreakable. The force and angle of a player's kick determine the ball's path. These laws dictate what happens, whether the ball is rolling on grass or soaring through the air. They're universal, governing not just soccer, but the motion of everything, from a ball to a planet. These natural laws are so absolute that they spark debate, especially in religious circles. If we accept that natural laws are universal and unbreakable, what role does God play in running the universe? This tension between science and faith isn't new. It's been simmering for centuries. Take Galileo, born in 1564 near Pisa, Italy, the son of a musician. He started studying medicine but switched to mathematics and physics, becoming a professor at Pisa and later Padua. In 1609, he heard about a Dutch invention, the telescope, and built a better one. His observations were groundbreaking. He saw mountains and valleys on the moon, sunspots, Jupiter's largest moons, and the phases of Venus. These discoveries made him famous, but also put him at odds with the church, which clung to the belief that Earth was the center of everything. Galileo supported the heliocentric theory of Copernicus, which placed the sun at the center. This was revolutionary and heretical. The church banned him from teaching it, and after publishing a book discussing both sides of the debate, he was tried for heresy, sentenced to house arrest, and forced to publicly retract his support for the sun-centered model. Yet, his work laid the foundation for modern science, breaking the tie between religion and the study of nature. Over the next 300 years, science explained countless phenomena: thunder, earthquakes, floods, even why stars shine. Each explanation chipped away at the need for divine intervention. If you know a lunar eclipse is just Earth's shadow, you don't need a wolf-like skull. If you understand lightning as electrical discharge, Thor's hammer becomes a myth. Science doesn't disprove religion, it offers simpler explanations. But some mysteries remain. Does a divine hand guide the Earth's motion? Did God create the universe? In 1985, Stephen Hawking attended a cosmology conference at the Vatican, joined by leading scientists and the Pope. Many argued that while we could study how the universe works, its origin was God's domain. Hawking disagreed. He believed science could explain the universe's beginning. To him, the universe was complex, but built from three components: matter, energy, and space. Matter is everything with mass: dust, rocks, clouds. Energy, though invisible, is everywhere, driving natural laws. Space is the vast stage where it all unfolds. Einstein added a twist. His famous equation, E_mc², showed that matter and energy are two sides of the same coin. So the universe boils down to energy and space. Where did they come from? Decades of research point to a single random event, the Big Bang. About 13.8 billion years ago, according to the documents we have, the universe began in an incredibly hot, dense state and rapidly expanded. As it cooled, subatomic particles like protons, neutrons, and electrons formed. Thousands of years later, neutral atoms emerged, setting the stage for everything we see today. Now, we've addressed this idea of cosmic origins in other videos on Real World channel, and we're skeptical. The Big Bang is the leading scientific model, supported by evidence like the cosmic microwave background radiation, discovered in 1965, and the abundance of light elements like helium. But it doesn't explain what caused it or what came before. Some call that moment the singularity, a point of infinite density and temperature. Science hits a wall here. Our understanding stops at about 10⁻43 seconds after the supposed event. Beyond that, we're in the realm of speculation. Could a divine force have sparked it? Or is it just a random fluctuation, as some physicists suggest? This brings us to the heart of the matter. If God created the universe, who created God? For believers, God is eternal, outside the laws of cause and effect that govern the physical world. If everything material needs a cause, then the universe's cause might be non-material, a divine force. But asking for God's cause is like asking for the smell of the color blue. God, as a spiritual entity, doesn't operate under the same rules as matter. Time itself, a construct of the physical world, doesn't apply to God. There's no before or after for an eternal being. Yet the universe's order and complexity raise questions. Could a random event produce something so intricate? The precision of natural laws, the harmony of planetary systems, these suggest a purposeful design to some. Take Isaac Newton, who discovered gravity and laid the groundwork for understanding cosmic motion. Unlike Hawking, Newton believed in a wise, purposeful intelligence behind it all. A famous story illustrates this. Newton built a model of the solar system, with a golden sun and planets moving in perfect harmony. His friend, an atheist astronomer, was amazed and asked who made it. Newton replied, "No one. It just came together by chance." When his friend insisted a genius must have crafted it, Newton pointed out that the real cosmos, infinitely more complex, surely required a purposeful intelligence. The question of whether God created the universe or who created God may never have a definitive answer. It depends on what you believe. Science offers natural laws and evidence, but it stops short of ultimate origins. Faith fills that gap for many, seeing a divine hand in the universe's elegance. At Real World Channel, we don't claim to have the final word. Instead, we invite you to explore both perspectives, respect each other's views, and marvel at the mystery. Whether you lean toward science, faith, or something in between, the journey to understand our existence is what drives us forward. Thanks for joining us. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next adventure.